What's up, Cougar fans? Jake Brandon here, your host of the CougConnect podcast. Asking you to hit the like and subscribe on your way in. 30,000 of you tuned in last month to watch, and only 700 of you became new subscribers. So make sure you hit that. Support the channel. Free way to support the Cougs. Let's get right into it tonight. My guest is, according to Twitter, Kevin did his research on this. According to Twitter, he's the most interesting man in all of Provo. And with that, we're ready to welcome in our guest, Tiger Bachmeier. Tiger, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Great to be here. So,
dude,
excited for this.
It's great to have you. Like, from the moment you decided to come to BYU, we got to get Tiger on. So I'm glad it happened. All right, why does Twitter call you the most interesting man in Provo? Let's see if you can defend that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't jump into their minds or their texts, but I think there's a lot of things that I do outside of football that people kind of gravitate toward.
Yeah.
I mean, I think last week I was flying. I was legitimately went from practice and then flew a plane after practice. So there's just stuff like that where I'm really interested in.
Yeah.
And it is interesting. So I think that goes for it.
Dude, I feel like you're the kind of guy who wouldn't just like fly the airplane, would be like calculating like the lift and drag coefficients or something like in his mind, like while he's flying like the airplane.
No, that's not me. It's pretty easy. Once you're up in the air, I think the first time that I think it would be cool to be an instructor, CFI, because you get to see two types of people who you kind of let off the leash and then those people who panic and those people who you let off the leash and who kind of take charge with it.
Yeah.
And so one of the first times I was flying, there's two yokes and the other pilot is to your right, and then you're getting ready to take off, and you do a lot of kind of, not a lot, but you go through and he says, okay, we're gonna basically push the throttle in, wait for it to get to 50 miles per hour, and then you just slowly start to pull it back. And then he's like, do you want to do this one for us? And I'm like,
the very first time?
Like the very first time. You've never been in a plane before. Now you're in the cockpit, and he says, you want to do the first one. And so I can actually see myself doing that after football, because I think that specific thing is pretty cool. So,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, you just go put the throttle in and slowly bring it back, and then you start to lift off. It's a cool feeling.
Yeah.
Is it better to score a touchdown or lift off
a 90-yard
yeah.
punt return, or take off in an airplane for the first time?
Yeah. That 90-yard punt return is definitely top of the list. I think I had a touchdown. It was a fake reverse, and I brought that one in, and there was nobody around me. It was me and like 15 yards before anybody, because we just kind of tricked everyone. It was against Notre Dame. Actually, it was the last game of the season.
Yeah.
But that one, that celebration would kind of be around the area, because the 90-yard touchdown is up there. It's a great play, and the other one is kind of a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah.
But I think the first time I flew the plane by myself kind of felt like that, and you land successfully, and you're the only one in the plane, and you're kind of celebrating by yourself. And
yeah,
that was a pretty big moment. But people were out on the tarmac when I did it and cheering for me. So that was cool. But if I were to kind of compare those two, I would say it's 90-yard touchdown, and then 14-yard touchdown against Notre Dame, and then landing the plane. So
okay, dude, that's awesome. So are you trying to just get your pilot license right now and get your hours, and have you started like a course, or are you just observing, learning? Like, what's the situation?
Yeah, so there's two pieces to that. There's ground school, and then the whole test portion. You take the test at the end of it, like a written test, and then the portion of actually flying the plane, with the end goal being I'm going to do this final test with a certified proctor, if you will.
Yeah.
And so kind of slowly going on both of those, but I have about 45 hours.
Dang.
So
how many do you have to be to like, they cut you loose and you're like, go pilot a plane? Is it like 1,000?
There's, I mean, I'm glad it's this way. It's a lot, but they go from like a single engine, which is like two seats to 4 seats. And then you can do your double engine 6 seats to 8 seats. And then after that, go to multi-engine, and that's when you're ready for like to fly for Delta or whatever. But there's huge check marks in between there, and it's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
And there's some cool or some weird regulations, like you can't actually be a commercial pilot after 60. So like if you end up going down that path, and you hit 60, like you're done.
That's
Or
kinda-
if you start the career when you're like 45, or I mean even if you're 30, you just kind of like cut the career in half.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's kind of cool.
I know a lot of 6-year-olds who are way sharper than I am.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
like just like sharp guys who just age incredibly well or just super bright. But I mean, I guess it's just a safety thing. And it seems
Yeah.
like with flying, it's all about safety kind of stuff.
No, yeah, it's triple, double, triple, quadruple check everything. There's buttons on the floor that like double check the stuff up top. So it's definitely one of those things where you're double checking everything before you get in the plane. You kind of visualize, like you have to close your eyes, think through everything, think through the takeoff, think through if the plane doesn't actually get up off the ground, like are we good? If it barely gets up off the ground and you lose an engine, if you lose an engine in the middle of the air, and that was one of the other first things I was talking about, taking off. But the other thing is, like he basically pulled the throttle and the plane just starts to go, and he's like, all right, what are you gonna do? So you basically don't panic.
It's like a glider at that point.
Yeah, it's basically a glider at that point. So you just keep it level. You pray, keep it level, and then it's the ABCs. If you're gonna get into aviation terms, be the ABCs. Just finding like airspeed, some regulated airspeed that keeps it really straight and level, and some calculated airspeed so that you don't lose as much elevation, and then best place to land, and then check best place to land. So it's not always an airport. Sometimes it's a
abandoned freeway or
abandoned
something.
freeway, and you'd be surprised. It happens all the time where people have to randomly land somewhere on a freeway or some grass field. It's crazy. And then ABC, C's for checklist of all the stuff that could possibly start the engine again. And it's like a list of 10 things that could turn off or start the engine. And so it's a lot.
So you just got to stay cool. Like you just got to stay calm. And be
No. You just have to stay cool. It's kind of bringing me back. On some other podcast, someone had asked someone asked a fighter pilot which NFL quarterback would be the best fighter pilot, and they said Jay Cutler because he's super cool and you can't tell if he's thrown 7 picks or 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, his temperament's the same.
Yeah,
he's just there, like locked in like that. That's a good characteristic of a quarterback, right? Like you want people to be passionate and emotion and driven, great, but you also want that emotional regulation, like which is, I teach emotional intelligence. That's one of the things, like you can actually develop that like a muscle, which is crazy. Like,
oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, like you can have an angry coach or angry player who's always yelling and emotional and that, and like you can actually train them to be that way, to be the Jay Cutler of the coaches or whatever like that. So it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
dude. So okay, you're flying airplanes, and then you're like a wide receiver. You're a punt returner. Did you return kicks also at Stanford?
Yeah,
I thought I had seen
did
some
both.
highlights of that.
Yeah.
So you do that. And then Kev was like, looking at his research, he says you've got a musical background. Is that something you grew up with instruments in the home, or like what's that? How do you get that background?
Yeah, oddly enough, we didn't grow up with instruments. Obviously we listened to the radio a lot.
Yeah.
But I think about, I want to say 14, 15.
Yeah.
My uncle bought a guitar for us, and it kind of just sat there for a year or two. And then he visited again, showed me a few things, and then I took lessons for a few months. I actually have probably about a year. Took lessons, and then kind of got off on my foot, playing guitar, and then Bear kind of got Bear started on it, but Bear kind of self-learned on his own too.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's one of the things I don't know, man. I don't have play no instruments. You know?
We have the piano upstairs.
My wife plays the piano. My daughter plays the piano, and I love piano music. I think it's a beautiful sounding instrument. But I mean, I don't think I can play. My son can play Jaws on the piano. He's 4.5, but he can play on there. Dude, he was freaking out. We had Bear on here, and he's like, "Dad, his name is really Bear?" I'm like, yeah, like that's his name. Is he like a bear? I'm like, he's pretty tough, man. Like bears are tough, like that. And then just before you got here, I was like, hey, close the door because we're gonna do the podcast. And I was like, oh, and by the way, if you see a guy in here, it's Tiger, because Bear told him my brother's named Tiger, and he's like, what? So yeah, Bear, Tiger, like he's all about the dope names like that.
That's cool. Coach Tyson was talking to us about his storybook that he's been reading to his kids, and he's like, that's Tiger, that's a bear, that's a cougar or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, when we come to practice, and I'm like, that's Tiger. His kids get confused because he thought the picture. He's like, I thought they're supposed to be orange.
Like, what the heck? Like, it looks like a normal person. Your youngest brother is cougar?
Yeah. So, story with that is my dad solely calls him cougar, and has always called him cougar, and it's just ironic,
It's meant to be.
Meant to be. Yeah. But he more commonly goes by friends stuff by Buck.
Okay.
So like the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. That actually was my nickname when I was super little.
Oh, really?
Was Buck. And then my uncles called me that, and then I guess I grew out of it. And about 10 years old, no one called me Buck anymore.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. I love John Candy and Uncle Buck. Yeah, I was all watching that. And then Hank he just had a kid within the last year. And so
did he really?
He actually became Uncle Buck. So it was cool. It was fun.
Dude, that's a great movie, man. That's a great movie. A bunch of one-liners in that one. Okay, dude. So your time at Stanford. Oh, I don't want to like just skip over. Like, what's some of like your highlights? We talked about the 90-yard punt return. We talked about that fake reverse fooling everybody, like getting in there. What else? Is it like time with teammates or plays that you guys made or overcoming adversities? Like, what would be some of your highlights from your time at Stanford?
Yeah, there's a lot of plays mixed in there. I think I can remember the first bubble pass I caught against Hawaii. Stanford just played Hawaii, and so it was actually really cool to see the same exact uniforms they wore. It was the same exact uniforms we wore 2 years ago. But got my first 3 catches in that game, and those are all good memories I can basically recall. I had 2 bubbles in an out route.
Nice. Working the flats.
Yeah. A toe tap on the sideline, but there's a lot of plays in there. Because we played a lot of big teams. We played the year Washington won, not won, but got to the final game.
Yeah.
We played them really close and lost them by 2 points. I remember I had a one-handed catch in that game, and then came down to it, and I threw the final pass for it. But
dude, is Parker Kingston in trouble? Can Tiger throw the ball too? Take over Parker Kingston.
Well, I've always thrown it back from Bear, Hank, and Buck because they're all quarterbacks. So always throwing the ball, but I'm kind of always gotten like the second. They're always getting like the quarterback training and stuff, and then I'm over here catching and throwing it back. And I'm like, hey, how's my form?
You got like 3 coaches with you at all times. Yeah, that's awesome.
I do, but yeah, I was always backup quarterback when growing up.
Yeah,
but it just always felt good to be running routes and stuff. So I think that's kind of where that split off. But I'm literally the only receiver. Everyone else is quarterback. So
that's funny, man. I don't know. It feels like sometimes a personality like a position suits your personality. Kind of like we had Bruce in here, Mitchell, the center, right? And he's like, it's funny because he was D-line for whatever years. Does he seem like a D lineman to you at all? No, he's he's kind of like reserved and
No, I was actually before 20 minutes it's probably an hour ago now. But, we were having Bam Bams at the facility, but they had run out of food, but they were delivering more food. And then as soon as the new food got here, he's like first up in line. And then everyone's like, dang, Bruce. Like, he's like, dude, I'm 300 pounds.
Bruce is the
takes
best,
over
bro.
his mountain of food. So I was just talking to him. So
dude, he's awesome. And I feel like we were here talking, and he's like, honestly, I'm a much more of an O lineman type of guy than I'm a D lineman type of guy. Like, it's funny how certain positions suit your personality almost, and kind of almost turns into like stereotypes too. Like, D linemen are all like that, or oh yeah, all the backers have anger issues, or like all the old linemen are just chill and funny, like whatever.
Yeah.
So, what's the wide receiver stereotype?
Spacey, Spacey, just kind of out of it sometimes.
Yeah.
Divas.
Oh yeah. They show up, expect the ball. Give me my targets. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
They think they're the best. But dude, if you're running digs across the middle, or you're running routes across the middle, man, like you got to have a little bit of moxie to you.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just gonna tense up, wait for that hit. So that's cool, man. All right. So amazing experience at Stanford, and then you hit the portal. Who you talking to in the portal? All that, and then kind of ultimately when you decide like on BYU. I want to hear that whole kind of journey there.
Yeah. So Coach Taylor got fired. Brought in Coach Reich. Love Coach Reich to death. He's a really good guy, and going through that process with him, eventually he just said, like, Tiger, I'm going to support you either way. I just want what's best for you. I think it's here, but if you think it's somewhere else, that's all for you. And so really respectful conversation with him. And so going through that process, the whole quarterback situation there was weird. Coaching situation was was weird. Given Coach Reich was a great coach, but he was only going to be there for 7 months.
Yeah.
That's really weird to think about. It's almost like knowing when you're going to die.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to die in a year. Like, what are you going to do before then? And so you can look at that two different ways. And I think if I was a player there, my perspective would be, I'm going to be with this coach for a year. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. I'm going to learn everything I can out of him.
Yeah.
And given this short period,
take advantage of that
right
time.
Now.
Yeah.
And so going through that, you can look at it two different ways, but for Bear especially, he's going to have 4 more years, 3 or 4 more years. And the situation there was not the best for him. So he had hopped in the portal before I had. And then going through all his talks and stuff, and then ended up almost like for sure being like, okay, I think I'm going to go to BYU without having like committed yet. And then I was getting ready to say goodbye. Like, hey, it's like, yeah.
We had a great spring, bro.
Great spring. Because it was getting really late in the process. Like the portal was closing soon. And I was like, I don't know if I want to like get out of my comfort zone yet.
Yeah.
But it was definitely, it was definitely itching there. And so Bear was in the portal, and like I kind of figured out like BYU like really, really, really wants me. And so I started to think about it more. And that was a tough decision. We went from like saying goodbye to being like, okay, you're already graduated. Like, what's the best football decision you can make?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just believe that it wasn't at Stanford, or that it was going to be a little bit better here. So that's kind of why I ended up here.
Yeah.
But it's a really good decision.
Dude, yeah, it's going to be, we're all stoked about it. Like, we're happy with the decision.
No, yeah, I was super stoked.
Yeah. And then, so who's initially kind of the person who you talked to here? Is it Coach Fessy? Is it Coach Kalani? Or who kind of led out on that?
Yeah. It was definitely Coach Fessy. Got a call with him after I'd entered the portal. We set up a date for him to come and visit me at Stanford and Palo Alto, and that's kind of his recruiting area. So he was actually pretty familiar with everything out there.
Yeah.
And so him and Coach Woods. Coach Woods was kind of around, but we had dinner actually at my favorite restaurant out there. It's a Crepe Vine. I love sweet potato fries.
Okay.
That's my favorite meal. But he got out there, recruited me a little bit, and then we got on our visit. I'd been talking to a few other schools, and was getting ready to set up other visits.
Yeah.
And after the BYU visit, Bear committed on the spot, and
Yeah.
then I was like, I just need another second, and then I committed the next day. So
Yeah.
it's like I needed a second.
Well, it's good to sleep on some decisions like that.
Yeah,
too,
no,
right?
yeah, I
Like,
definitely was one of those things. I don't know if how many people get to experience their entire life turning around in a week.
yeah.
And so turning around for the worse or turning around for the better, and given that. And so I was like, I'm just going to sleep on it. And then in the morning, and because I was ready to commit, but I'm pretty methodical. So I was like, I'm just going to sleep on it. Nobody's going to be hurt that I'm sleeping on it.
Right.
And then I was ready for it. So, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. All right, let's talk about before we completely move on from Stanford. Let's talk about the academics there, because everyone knows it's like Ivy League school, like it's elite academically, right? Like a lot of people, it's a huge blessing for them to get have the opportunity to go and get a Stanford education. And you got a degree in 2 years. That's normally a 4-year degree. Is that correct?
It was like 2.5.
Okay, it's 2.5. Okay, and then still. And it was in computer science, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And you and I were talking a little before the podcast about like AI. So like, is AI coming to get us? Is it something we should be afraid of? Like, does it go Skynet? Does it go, something like that?
Yeah. I think everything with statistics, it's probably going to take over that where it's analyzing stuff. And you're still going to have a person behind the computer, but they'll be able to click a button and then get everything they need off of the statistics. There's some cool stuff that they're starting to do with video.
Yeah.
Where they're able to read people's speeds and like analyze coverages from then.
Yeah.
From video, and so that's pretty new and up and coming.
Yeah.
But there's so much space for it to interact with football, and sports in general. And it's cool that they're jumping on it. And I think sports is one of those places where people really accept science as the up and coming stuff and really trusting it.
Yeah.
And the teams that do are gonna have an edge in that sense, but obviously it's up to the players to execute all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, if you put people in the right spot at the right time, a lot can go well.
Yeah. It's funny, my very first job, I coached high school football here for like 13 seasons, and my very first job doing that was coding film. I don't know if you've ever coded film, or you've sorted, I'm sure, through the different ODKs.
Yeah, where you have to go in and type in the formation.
Oh, yeah, you watch the whole game.
Yeah, I don't have... I mean, I've done it one time for like a few plays.
Yeah.
Because I was interested in it and got with my GA to watch, to like do a few clips, and I was like, yeah, that's a lot of respect to you guys
Dude,
for doing that and sitting there for
monotonous.
hours to do that.
But if that's something, I swear, AI, the Huddle's going to have like an AI feature, whatever platform you use is going to have an AI feature where it's like, would you like us to code this film? Please. Like, go code that. That's a great job for AI, right? Like, it's perfect and frees up your coaches or your GAs or whoever to go do something better for the team.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that. So you don't think we need to be too afraid then of AI completely taking over the world?
I mean, I don't see AI playing football for us, and that's what we all love to see. So I won't speak into any other realms, but I think we're good here for a little bit.
Okay, good. All right. Just give us people an edge is all in the football thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, dude. All right. So you get to Provo, and what do you love about Provo, man? You've been here for a couple months now. Like,
yeah.
What do you love about it?
It's awesome here. Being like 15 minutes from the river, being 15 minutes from the lookout, 5 minutes from bowling. Like there's a lot of stuff to do here. I jump in the river a lot, or like once or twice a week.
That's awesome.
So far. Yeah. I'm starting to create a list of stuff, and so I'm thinking through all the stuff that I've done and stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
I think like Midway has the crater.
Yeah.
Out there, that's on the list. Probably go horseback riding with friends or stuff like that. There's a lot of outside stuff. I actually don't like to hike.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it just, I don't know.
Dude, I
like seeing the views, but
yeah.
I went to Yosemite with some friends, and we hiked for like 2 or 3 miles, got in the car, and then did the whole car routes
Yeah,
because
you're
you
like,
can. It's so wheelchair accessible that you can park somewhere and then walk out like half a
yeah,
mile.
Yellowstone's the same way. Like if you've been to Yellowstone, you can see almost everything you want. Yellowstone, like park, walk 350 feet, like see a beautiful, breathtaking view of nature, and then walk right back to your car. But like, dude, I don't love like hiking. I love being in the mountains, but as soon as it's like deer hunting season, I don't know why. All of a sudden, I like hiking. I'll be like, yeah, I'll hike up here. I'll hike up. It's just there's like an objective to it, you know. Like, but like if you say like if I can just drive up here and get the same views, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I need to enjoy the journey more or something like that. But
Yeah, no, and I love the mountains. I actually lived on top of a mountain. That's where Bear and I live. Like, that's kind of funny, but we would drive up a windy hill to get up there and see deer, mountain lions,
yeah,
and the whole shebang.
is this in California? By
yeah,
Lake,
in
Lake,
California.
By Lake Elsinore? Is it Lake Elsinore?
Yeah,
yeah. Where the
exactly.
outlets are,
exactly.
kind of.
Yeah, you drive
Okay.
up that mountain basically.
Yeah,
And so it's cool to have the mountains close, and then in the valley. I went to Marietta Valley High School.
Yeah.
And so being in the Provo Valley is somewhat similar. I mean, this is like a dialed up version of that.
yeah, exactly.
Here, because it's a lot bigger. But I love the smaller buildings. You know, everything's not high rise.
Yeah,
And it's pretty chill right now in the summer, but I'm sure it'll be a lot more hectic when the students are here.
yeah.
because
That's the end of this
bringing the
week.
influx of everything. There's probably like 100,000 people who aren't here yet.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people coming. End of this week, right, Kev? They're gonna all show up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people show up for the
Freshman orientation, and
game. Yeah.
I've got my wife's niece is coming in as a freshman, and she's doing her stuff this weekend and going to her family's taking her out, using an excuse to go to the game. You know, like it's like a cool thing. What were you saying, Kev?
UVU just started. BYU starts next Tuesday.
Yeah, between
so,
those two schools, that's like
yeah,
50,000 plus people who just going to
50,
show up.
60,000, Yep.
So the river might get crowded.
Yeah, maybe. For a little bit here. I think we're in August, September's gonna start to snow.
It's gonna
People
get
won't be
cool.
in the river then.
They're
but
not going to, yeah. Only the brave.
only the brave. Yeah, I'm probably a brave to be honest, but yeah, I think I'll still be out there.
Yeah.
I think I'll still be out there. I gotta figure it out. I don't even bring a towel. I just kind
Dude.
of go in, jump in, and then like drive home with my shirt off. So
There you go, man.
yeah,
It's awesome, dude.
that's the dream.
And then Bear has mentioned on this podcast and elsewhere that you guys like to play Settlers of Catan. Are you
He
part
does,
of?
yeah.
He does. Are you
he
not
does.
part of this group?
I don't.
Because you guys are roommates,
I do
right?
play. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I play. I'm always like, I don't really want to play, but I'll go over and I'll watch a movie or something. Because it's frustrating to lose.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'd rather just not play than have to
Well,
have to lose on something that's luck based by the end of it.
Yeah,
because
so
you're waiting for
roll
rolls.
the
Like you're waiting
dice.
for rolls to get your materials
yeah.
to make stuff happen. And so
You can have a great strategy, and if they just keep hitting 5 or some random number, you're like, what the heck?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, but I mean, I would definitely play. I definitely play a lot. It's really fun.
What's your strategy?
I hadn't played until I was in college, so
Yeah.
and I don't know when Bear. I think Bear's first time might have been then too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're playing in the summer like 5 times a week, and then now we play. You play maybe we haven't played in a while, to be honest. But,
Yeah.
it'll happen. We were over there. Did Bear mention the fun house? Is that what he was saying?
No.
Yes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Someone, I think it was
Probably Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie Frischnick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned the fun house.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where we would play the fun house, and so we were over there and we had it out. And then we ended up playing Secret Hitler, and that's another board game. And like we were gonna play Catan, but then I was like, I'm kind of hungry. Let's go out to eat. So we went to all you can eat barbecue, Korean barbecue.
Which one?
Just the 4 of us. Ambu Ambu?
Have you been to that one?
in
I don't
Orem.
think so.
In Orem.
I've
but-
been to Yummies. You've been to Umami and Yummies?
Umami.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
felt bad because we walked in there. I called ahead at like 10:20. We walked in at 10:30. I said, 4 people. I know you guys close at 11. They closed at 11, so we must have
Yeah.
walked in at 10. Like I called in at 9:50. Closed at 11. We had an hour.
You can still do some serious damage at Korean
Yes, we
barbecue.
had an hour, but most of them, like I'm a connoisseur, so most of them were 2-hour limits, and then they cut you off.
Yeah.
And so it was reasonably priced. We got in there ordering a bunch of stuff, and then we're in there, and then they say, okay, the kitchen's closing in like 15, 20 minutes. Like,
Last
put in your final order.
orders.
So I feel bad because I ordered a bunch of food, and like it started to come out, and we started cooking it, and so comes time they were closing at 11, and we started cooking. We had like six steaks. There's like 4 of us.
Yeah.
We still had like 6 steaks to cook. And so they moved us over, and we had 2 grills going.
Yeah.
They moved us over to another grill, and they're like, hey, can you finish up? And so we started to finish up, and we got to like 11:30, and we're still cooking, still eating a bunch of food. We're all like, fat and filled up. 11:30, and they finally say, hey, because we're scared because they charge you if you don't finish all the food. So they finally, we were playing a stalemate with them and cooking with it, cooking all the food, and that was just taking a while. So it was like 11:30. They had already supposed to be closed, and they finally handed us the check, and so I guess we won.
You won the stalemate.
We won the stalemate. So we, they're like, hey, we gotta get you guys out of here. So we, I didn't know that they had to-go boxes, but they brought out a to-go box.
They probably don't bring that up for anybody.
Don't bring it out for anybody.
Just for you guys.
Brought us a to-go box and saying, you guys got to get out of here. But I was like stuffing fish in my pockets and stuff because I didn't want to. So we got out of there. Got out of there clean, but that was fun. But that was back to the fun house, and we were about to play Catan, but instead we did that.
Yeah.
But back to Provo. Like, I love the restaurants out here.
Yeah.
Eat ever Hungry Hawaiian. They do kind of like an NIL deal with the players. If you post, you get free food. So we were doing that like once or twice a week when we first got here, because we came into an unfurnished apartment. And pots and pans, like, you don't have any.
Bro, why didn't you text us? You should have texted us. We had a bunch of brand new guys hit us up. I don't even know them. I get a text from unknown number like, hey, this is so and so. I don't have a couch. I don't have this. Can you help? I'm like, let's go hit the Discord, see who's got a couch, or see what we could do. Or maybe we can get you. Do you want to buy a new one? Like, we get you somebody to buy a new one. Come on the podcast, or write a report, or come do a Q&A. So yeah, should have hit us up, man. Could have helped out.
No, that definitely would have helped out. There was a little bit where we were, we had a TV on old Chipotle boxes.
Heck yeah.
That I got, like, they were sitting out by the dumpster. Like, I got those because that's what I packed my stuff in.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty easy. Like,
did you mount your TV?
It's just on a stand. It's just on a stand now, but it was on Chipotle boxes for a little bit.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah, it's an upgrade from the Chipotle boxes.
Dude, I've mounted probably 25 to 30% of all the players on the team's TVs. That's not a joke. Ask Trey. Ask anybody, dude.
Yeah, which Trey?
Trey Alexander.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool that we have 2 Treys on the team now.
Yeah.
We had True Blue Hero today.
Oh, cool.
And then the American Fork youth team come out, and then someone just was asking for Trey.
Yeah,
Trey
Roberts.
I was like, which Trey? And they're like, oh, Trey Roberts. And I was like, oh, I'll bring you to him. So
yeah,
it was cool.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've done Trey's, Maury's, Cabella's 3 times.
All the DBs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else. I don't even know, dude. I've done a lot. I've done a lot of TV mounting. So if you decide to make the jump, ditch the stand, man, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'll come by and get it done for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that worked. So I got fined at Stanford
for putting holes in your
wall. My dorm, for putting holes in my walls, but I don't remember doing it. But it must have been. I don't remember doing. And my mom, when we were bringing, she had nailed in with like a push pin or something.
Oh,
something really small. But I looked at the pictures and it was not those holes. And they said something in the closet too, like holes in the closet. And I wouldn't have poked any holes in there. So
yeah.
I don't know. I guess they
got you, dude.
They got me.
They got you. I'm a landlord. I own a couple units, and I feel like they always get me. It's like, oh, this happened, and it's just natural wear and tear. You look at like this, bro. That's not natural wear and tear. But luckily, I know enough subs around here for being. I've done rentals for, oh my gosh, almost 15 years now. But like, I know enough subs around here. It's like there's easy ways to fix some things. Like if you know enough subs and you're cool with them, you give them business consistently. Like they don't charge you full price. Yeah, they'll go take care of you because they know that they'll get more business out of you in the future and stuff. So, but yeah. Sounds like they got you, man. I feel like my renters are the other thing. I don't get them like they get me all the time.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but.
No. Yeah, Stanford was cool. We actually didn't dorm with football players.
Oh, okay.
Completely random.
What's that
roommates.
like?
Yeah, most people don't know who the roommate is when they come in. I enrolled early, and so my roommate, his name's Davey, but he was a huge Ohio State fan. So he loved football. Coming in, and he texted me on Instagram, and we connected beforehand, and so he knew I was gonna be his roommate. But when I got there, I had gotten completely switched to a different room.
Yeah,
and I ended up switching back to him. But the person I would have switched to, like he ended up going abroad, and I wouldn't have even had a roommate or anything. But it's just funny the way it works because I became best friends with that roommate.
Yeah.
And completely like not a football player, didn't do any sports. He was on the club lacrosse team there for a little bit for fun. But like not on scholarship for a sport. They're on he's there because he's got a 32 on his.
Yeah, exactly. His ACT.
Or 36 on his ACT. So like,
dang,
stuff
man.
like that.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's like a different kind of experience to have.
Yeah, so I went through him and one other roommate, and then in the summer I'd be with a football player.
Yeah.
But then I finally actually my third roommate, he was on the Stanford band.
Yeah. Which is famous, by the way, right?
Yeah. So he was the drum major there, and he ended up being my roommate, and it was like we still text and stuff. And it was really cool. So I ended up like joining the band for a little bit and playing with them for some games, not some football games, but for some basketball games. It was actually really cool.
Dude, this guy does everything. Are you keeping up with this?
I was lying when I said he was the most interesting man in Provo. It's actually the most interesting player in college football.
He's the most interesting player in college football. Plays multiple instruments, flies airplanes. You built your own AI, sort of, right? While you're at Stanford?
Yeah, we did. You're going through some of the tutorials, and you end up, they're like, first like type in 000, and then by the end of it, it's like spitting out results to you, like as if it was ChatGPT. So it was like a small version of that. It was really cool, and I mean Stanford's the hub of that, so it was a good place to learn.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Like, find me another college football player who's like flying airplanes, building AI, playing multiple instruments, graduating with a computer science degree from Stanford in 2.5 years, like housing punts, like catching bubbles, dude, you're not gonna find one, dude.
And his name's Tiger.
And he played in the band at Stanford for a little bit, like, and his name's Tiger. Like, it's not gonna happen.
There's no words to describe.
Yeah, we did we did like a little initiation there, out by the fountain in behind the church in at Stanford. It was cool. It was like a little seance kind of thing. It was funny. It was funny, but I think that's more like in-house. So
yeah,
it's funny.
He's into witchcraft. No, dude, that's cool. So, dude, what do you expect? I mean, we got our first game coming up this Saturday. You're kind of a vet of college football. You've played multiple seasons. You've just gone through your third spring ball there, fall camp here. Like, what do you expect to happen this season? Like, what do you see happening?
Yeah, that's weird. Spring ball there and then fall camp here. That's weird. But yeah, expectations is just to make some crazy plays, and I think that's one of my strong suits is being able to make those spectacular catches. And
yeah,
I kind of pride myself on that, having really good hands and acrobatic ability. And so I'm really excited to showcase that this Saturday. And yeah, I'm just super excited for it.
You know that practice they had in Lavelle where they like let all the Cougar Club people come in and watch or whatever?
Yeah, the scrimmage.
The scrimmage, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that got out, but it was supposed to be scrimmage, and we ran like like a few drives, but people were super excited, and that's the most fans I've ever seen. Like,
oh, dude. Oh my gosh. Wait. You just wait until Saturday. LeMason is here. I'll ask you off camera. LeMason, did you come on a visit with fans? Did you take? Dude, you can actually grab that mic.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Hop in.
Hop in just for a little bit here. And there's a camera there if you want to like talk to the camera.
Sure. Yeah, I was at the Kansas State game and it was electric. Like I was on the sideline pregame with all the receivers and stuff. Good vibe for sure.
Dude, it is gonna.
Yeah. I mean, that was a scrimmage. We had a good amount of fans. I know I've seen a lot of fans, but
Right.
I mean, we played at Clemson, played at Notre Dame. Like,
yeah.
I've seen a lot of fans just not in our colors.
Right. And it makes a difference.
Yeah. I mean, we would have people would show up for the Cal game.
Yeah.
Rivalry week. There's some games. But yeah, for the most part, I'm super excited for seeing like a whole wave of blue.
Yeah, we were talking about
is it dress code for this game? Is it gonna be Navy?
We're all royal for all season except we have one whiteout game. Actually, we're still royal. They're whiteout at home.
I think so. I think it's mostly wear royal.
Yeah, I think on the little, play card they give the fans of what to wear, it's basically like royal. So they'll all be royal blue, pretty much every game.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And dude, I like that Kansas State one was actually extra wild. Like,
yeah, the punt return that PK had.
Oh, that was that game. That was
what the fans were going crazy.
You committed like right after it.
I was already committed.
Okay.
That's still the deal. Sure.
Dude, that's when they wore those 96 throwback unis, like that one, like right there in it. Like everybody was just lit. There's drones in the sky. Like it was just nuts, dude. Like,
Crazy.
And when they're cheering for you and they're making noise for your defense, like, to shut down their offense, it's like, it's a different kind of beast.
No, that's cool. I know there's a lot of hype videos out there and videos of the dancers and everything going on, but like I purposely have not been paying attention to any of those because I want to experience it.
Yeah.
Without any
with no
tips,
expectations.
no spoilers.
Yeah. No, that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Obligatory question. Talk about Bear. You're obviously his brother, but you're also his roommate, probably his closest confidant through this whole quarterback battle, coming through all this stuff. Like, give us maybe a behind the curtains look at that stuff, like how that went for Bear.
Yeah. Coming in, and then getting the playbook slapped in your face. Like, here's like a high quality playbook that you got to learn in 3 weeks. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
And so, getting to see the frustrations of those first early weeks of having to be on time with the routes, be on time with the cadence, and then start to put the defense in front of you, and
right.
and then all of that's timing and everything changes. It was cool to see those frustrations come out early, and then just starting to see like that slow build, and then I can't really remember what practice it was, but I think you just kind of like felt it click, and I think the team started to feel that click, and I think that going through that process with him wasn't it wasn't hard or anything. It was just you go through the process,
right?
And you get to see it, you get to watch somebody do it, and you get to be beside him,
right?
And so it's cool. We would be talking through some of the plays, like hey, like why do you think JoJo did this on this route? Like, what is Coach Fessy telling you guys? Like, I thought you should have done this or whatever. And I was like, no, JoJo did it right or whatever. Like quarterback coach is wrong or whatever. Like, just fun. Just a lot of small stuff like that.
No, but that's valuable.
Yeah,
like that's valuable.
And the way I've been putting it is, you get to know a playbook, but like there's a time when you really digest the playbook and you're not really like you're not thinking about the plays. You're thinking about like how you can run your route to get somebody else open.
Right.
And I think that's starting to happen.
Yeah. Dude, I went to one of the last practices I went to before I got super busy traveling and stuff.
Yeah, when was that?
Oh, it was probably from that when you ended camp. Was that last week? It was probably like a week and a half before that. I don't know. But you guys had a red zone period going north on that like west field of the two practice fields there. and Bear was with the ones.
Yeah.
You won't remember it, but like I was trying to give you specifics, but you probably won't remember
The
this.
Carson Ryan throw? Like,
Yeah.
I do
On a
remember it.
seam. On a
On a
seam.
seam, yeah.
Dude. Like it came out and like on time, perfect. And like Carson didn't have to break stride on it and he scores. And it's against our first team D, I'm pretty sure. Like, dude, like was that the moment he started like breaking out? Because I watched that period. He threw a couple touchdowns. There was another one he threw in that period or two. And I saw another one going north on the other field in a 2-minute where he finds Parker on a little snag or something like in the end zone. And he threw that before Parker was turning in the snag. Like he anticipated it that quick.
I remember that catch, too.
Okay. I saw those things and I was like, this is not a normal freshman quarterback. Like do you think he made the leap before those periods I saw, or is it right around that time?
Like I said, like I have no idea like when it happened, but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt like there's a period when everyone just started to really like just kind of relax and things started to go really right.
Yeah. We had Cabella and Trey Alexander on here a while ago, or maybe around the same time or so, and they were talking about how Bear was. Maybe it was the end of PRPs or the beginning of fall camp, and they're like, "Look, dude, the ball comes out so quick, so smooth, it's accurate. Once he settles, and this is a DB's perspective, right? So let's just temper that out. Let's chill out with the DB's perspective. But they just said like once he is able to just relax and play football, he's going to be a freak of nature. Like that's what they're, and Trey doesn't compliment a lot of people, as you two probably know, right? Trey's not out there just complimenting the offense every chance he gets. So, and that, I think that might've been off camera too, Kev, when we were talking with him. I can't remember. It might be it might go back and watch the podcast if you want. I don't know.
If we go ask him, it'd be like my word against yours.
Yeah. But he said like once Bear just like can relax and play football, I can tell already, like he's going to be really good. So, and I think that's what happened right before the end of fall camp. Like,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a relaxed thing. I don't know if that's the right word to say. But I think there's maybe like a comfortability. Like once he feels comfortable, because it was never a feeling of like being rushed or anything.
Right.
Yeah,
more like you said, like maybe that ability, like it's digested and you can like go with it now.
Yeah,
like, the timing's more dialed in.
Yeah,
like, the looks are more dialed in.
You ate like 20 pounds of steak, but like right after you don't feel it.
You got the Korean barbecue at 11:30, eating 20 pounds of steak.
No, I was there with Reggie and Key and Need, and Bear. So
yeah.
If you ever have him on, you can ask him about that one.
I'll bring it up, man. I'll for sure bring. We've had Reggie and Bear on. Maybe we need to get Kean on.
Yeah. Oh no, because Kean was like no, like don't order this much. Like whatever you do, don't order that. And then we're sitting there. He's like he has like
he's the tight end. He's got to put it down.
I was like, no, we got it. And I was like, I mean, I can Bear and I can eat a lot.
Yeah.
We can eat a lot, and so we put a lot of food away.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Kean.
Dude, we need to
help out too.
We need to have you over at the Brandon house for Sunday dinner. Smoke ribs, smoke tri-tip, do all the whole 9 yards. The asparagus, the double stuffed, or twice baked potatoes, all that, dude. Yeah, when you need a home cooked meal, you're more than welcome, man. And we'll put on.
Yeah,
we'll put it out for you.
No, it's been cool. One of my Stanford teammates, Anson Pulsifer, his wife's family is out there, so we was feeling like a little homesick, so ended up going out there and having a home cooked meal. So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. And if you guys need another one, come on by, man. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
And my son Nolan, he can see bear and tiger like together at the same time and like try and figure this out. Like a bear and a tiger, like yeah. So
that's cool.
We'll
you can just I'll take any invitation for food.
All right, Sunday. I'll see you there. I'll go get the ribs. I'll get the tri-tip. I'll get the smoker all ready to go.
Yeah.
I
got my family in town, so that's cool. It'd be not first time, but second time, I guess, because my mom was up here for business and stuff. But second time that everyone's up here.
Yeah.
And actually, they actually get to do stuff out here.
Yeah. Dude, Saturday after the game, this is before we wrap this up. Have you been to Chubby's yet in Orem?
Yeah. I heard about the NIL there, and so we'd always been meaning to go, but finally made it out, and then all Bear's been saying is like, hey, like we're like, we need Chubby's milkshakes. Like,
Yeah, dude.
whatever.
Dude, the
we need like
have you met Will and Aaron, the owners? I need to introduce you. They are
one of the owners.
they're the
I think.
coolest people, dude. Like, yeah. But Saturday after your game, since it's it's early for BYU standards, it's not that early for college football, but because it's an earlier game, there's a private party at Chubby's after. Family, like players and family eat for free, like CougConnect's covering like all the costs for that. And then we were inviting a few of the CougConnect subscribers who are paying to come and like hang out after the game. Probably be a lot of desserts and stuff. I bet a lot of people tailgate or eat at the game or whatever. But we would love to have you and your family there and like take care of all that if you're interested.
Sweet. I'm
Just-
sure they'll be watching this, so
Yeah.
probably won't have to tell them. I won't
Yeah.
even have to ask them. So
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but we'd love to have you there. It's going to be a kind of a, I think their capacity is a couple hundred people. It should be like kind of a tight knit, low key party. Kev will get this out by tomorrow, I bet. Right, Kev?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, today.
To-
Today
tonight.
you're watching it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
today,
Like, yeah. All right. So last thoughts, last words, last takeaways. Anything you want to tell Cougar Nation or anything before we go?
just kind of like turn your volume up and just be ready for a good show. A lot of happy faces.
Yeah.
We have a lot of expectations this season, and we're gonna deliver.
I love it.
Yeah, just be ready for it.
I
Go
love it.
Cougs. Yeah.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Can we get an airplane celebration maybe
Oh,
in Stanford
yeah,
this year?
I do like that. That's actually my picture on. I'm probably going over time here, but
No,
Oh,
dude. There's
no,
no.
we're
There's no.
chilling.
on the on my locker is a air. I'm doing the airplane, so it's on top of my locker.
Yeah.
That's the picture. So
Wait.
maybe I will pull that out.
Dude, I got
If
one.
LeMason lets me.
Yeah.
We've been talking about celebrations, in the receiver room. So
Dude, we've
Sorry.
told Sione Moa he's got to do a headstand because he can actually do like a pretty legit headstand. So
like for time,
Like,
out there?
just, yeah, like
Wow.
pop up and literally stand on his head straight up and down. Anyway, so I'm sure he'll get penalized for it, but
Yeah.
he's got to do it, right? You got to do it at least once.
I think you're safe with the airplane though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should be safe.
Dude, I got one last question. I'm gonna like hijack this over, like restart the podcast. But dude, do you think where you and Bear did spring at Stanford, and then we have Stanford week 2, does that give you any sort of edge, or do you feel like that team has had so much turnover that it doesn't necessarily matter as much? Because that team's had a lot of turnover. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I think oddly enough, I don't know what the date is, but I think that we were the last people to leave.
Okay.
Unless someone left after us, but I think we were the last people to leave. And so as far as the turnaround, we'd gotten to meet most of the
Everybody. Yeah.
last people to leave, but not the people. Like people were showing up after we had left. So there's some people on the team who I had never seen before. And
Yeah.
so, it's kind of interesting to see, but obviously they have to fill those spots. And all the freshmen coming in.
Right.
And so there's a lot of turnover that for the new people, obviously I'll have no idea who they are, but for the older people, the people who I played with, we'll have a good rap on them.
Yeah.
And so it'd be it's cool to have the coaches kind of be like, hey, Tiger, can we sit down and kind of build this game plan with you?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, because you don't ever get to do that. You don't ever get to be in the coach's eyes like
Yeah.
that.
It's good for you. It's good for them, obviously, because they get some insight, but it's really cool for you to get to kind of step behind that curtain a little bit and get that experience. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about where you have to type in the formations and stuff. It's like
ODK,
stuff like that.
babe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Code and film, man. Let's Link AI do it right now. Save a lot of people's lives. Let them get some family time back.
Yeah.
It's not up all night code and film.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
okay, cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on. If you guys stayed locked in for this whole thing, appreciate you supporting. If you haven't, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We want to grow this to be, the biggest, the best podcast out there. And, like always, everything we do is here to support the guys, support the program. So help us out with that. Appreciate you all. And we will see you on the next one. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Awesome.